What's good, everyone, and welcome to the Water Boys channel as we have an exciting AFC battle. Contention for number one seed, possibly
Hmm.
contention for the AFC West crown. The Kansas City Chiefs, they go into Los Angeles and take on the Chargers. But before we
Hmm.
dive into any of that, y'all already know what to do. Please do subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, Tim, let's dive right in.
Look, whew, you want to talk about one of the biggest games of the week with huge playoff implications. I can't even say words right now. Yeah, we need to win this game, bar none. Even though we beat them, it was like a spanking. We put on a showcase in that first one, but now they're kind of terrifying because their defense has finally clicked. Like I've been saying all year, I've been holding my breath, praying to the heavens that it did not happen. But guess what? The Raiders are stupid. They sent Melvin Ingram, of all people,
The Steelers.
to the Steelers. Yeah, I said the Steelers, right? It's the
You said
Steelers. Yeah,
Raiders.
Steelers. No, they're stupid too. The Steelers. Man, what were you smoking? You got to let everybody in on that because you sent Ingram over there for nothing, and to the best AFC team, getting on hot on fire. Now you get guys like Chris Jones and back in the interior, making guards pay, and everything else on the back end. They win six straight. They're red hot, but
There's always a but.
there is a but. I think the way we have our team set up, I think Brandon Staley put a huge emphasis on big plays and having quarterbacks like, Patty Mahomes, Derek Carr in division. And then you got other guys like that bad man, Mr. Rogers. You got Tom Brady and all of his weapons. You got Matthew Stafford and all those weapons. You got this whole league just loading up when it comes to these big arms throwing the balls 40, 50, 60 times a game. They got all these weapons, so he's trying to take off the top, trying to keep those big plays in check. Let's see if it can happen again. I don't think it does, but I think this game is going to come down to the last possession. Honestly, I'm praying that it's not the case, and you guys just walk all over us and come in there, get a sack or two, and then nah. But look, last week we did damage. Herbie did damage without his number one guy there. And Williams, he's being pretty civilian at times. He's here one day and then he's gone the next. But this game, we need all our players to step up because we win this game. Chiefs fall down, just a slap. We sweep them. Guess what? Now the Chiefs got to go on the road. The Patriots get the home field advantage. Chiefs haven't been on the road in the playoffs in the Patty Mahomes era. I would love to see him have to go through some road trips to get to the Super Bowl. Because if you give him Arrowhead, there's no team that's going to just come into Arrowhead in playoff time and beat them guys at their own game. What you seeing, Chris? What you seeing?
I like it. I respect it. Very interesting takes, I will say. Um, let's dive into what the Chiefs did this week. Of course, their defense stellar again for like 7 weeks in a row. No one saw it coming. I preached about it on the beginning of the year, saying they could be a top five defense. Then they kind of made me look foolish at the beginning of the year when they were the 32nd ranked defense.
Right.
And then I don't know if we've ever seen a turnaround like this in season like this. It might be the Melvin Gordon edition, Melvin Ingram edition, or it's just things just finally clicked. But I never seen a defense go from 32 all the way to fifth in the league. That's just something crazy. That turnaround was amazing, and the fact that we when we're talking about a flip of a switch, we thought that would be the offense, and they haven't quite clicked as of late. They always look good against the Raiders. It's like Mahomes hates them or whatsoever. So let's like discount both those games. Let's look at the games where they have played. But even though his stats aren't stellar, I will give man, he's a really good game manager. He's good at taking what the defense is giving him finally. And honestly, this could be one of the most dangerous teams that we have seen because back in the day, we're just used to high scoring offenses and then teams still keeping in the game because the defense wasn't stopping them and the defense would end up making a play or two. But if the Chiefs have a lockdown defense and then they have a game control offense, I don't know a team that could beat this team. But with that as well, if there is one that can do it, it can be the Chargers. And that's what makes this game so interesting because, like I believe this is the division right here. I believe whoever wins this wins the division just because Chiefs are already a game ahead. This would put them a game and a half ahead because they would beat the Chargers, split the series. But if the Chargers win,
Mhm.
they'll be tied for the division, but they'll also own two games in the division against the Chiefs because they sweep them as well. Tim will post it. The schedules: the Chiefs remaining is against the Steelers, Bengals, and Broncos. I believe the Chiefs will beat all three of those. And then
Mhm.
Tim, what who are you guys versing at the end? I drawing a
We
blank,
got
but
the
the Texans are
Texans,
in there.
the Broncos,
Yeah.
and the Raiders. Dude, we both got some easy
Yes.
schedules.
Yeah. So this game will be one of the team's last loss of the season and going into the playoffs. But like Tim also mentioned as well, I kind of want to flip the script a little bit because I think this game is more important for the Chargers. The Chiefs is huge because if they win and let's say the Patriots lose to the Colts, which I'm hopeful that
Mhm.
could happen, and let's say the
Mhm.
Titans they lose this weekend to the Steelers, it could happen. The Chiefs are your number one seed where they belonged all year. But this is why it's more important for the Chargers because the Chargers don't have that playoff experience. They might need that home game. If it comes playoff time and these teams have to play a third time in a row, I think the Chargers would rather want KC going to them instead of LA going to Arrowhead, and I would feel comfortable either way because I feel like even with the crowd advantage as well, I think the Chiefs will perform either place. I don't know if the Chargers can perform in Arrowhead like that. Definitely in January when you don't know if Sunshine, the boy who loves the warm weather, can come into a
True.
frigid Arrowhead.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stop you. It wouldn't matter even if we did have home field advantage. If we played every game at home, it's still road games.
What are your key for the Chargers to win? What are your key matchups that you think need to happen for them to win this game?
Okay, with our base defense and we're using shell over the top, pretty much trying to neutralize those big plays. I see the Chiefs going horizontal instead of more vertical, getting their skill guys out in space. Hill and Edwards Hilaire out in screens, bubble screens, stuff like that, getting them moving. We can hunker down and we can stop some of these. Of course, we're not going to stop all of them. We're just not. It's like we're just not built to come in and buckle our chin straps up and get stuff done. If we can do that and somewhat keep the running game, which we are absolutely trash at, if we can keep this stuff in check, we can get out. Chiefs have all the momentum, check. And then their defense just got revamped. Plus, they have a guy on their team who's been playing with us for, I don't know, ever. So opposite side, make matters worse, he gets a backup coming back. Goodness, coming back to play coming to play his team. He drafted him. He gone. Come back. All those things can check out. We can get this. Don't even need to be worried about these Chiefs. Fuck them. I said it.
So for my Chiefs, what I'm looking out for is a couple key things, and I think people like I mentioned too, we're waiting for that offense to click and things like that. And I don't know if we will see that this year. I don't think that's the offense this year. I think this is a new offense, which that's not a bad thing. Like they're still productive. They're still moving the ball downfield. The big thing now is
Mhm.
they're reducing a lot of the turnovers. Let's keep those turnovers down. Let's see how this game will really be. Because if you recall, in the first game, the Chiefs had 4 turnovers in the first half. 3 of them let the Chargers into scoring territory right away. If you cut down
Mhm.
that tremendously, it's a different game because the Chiefs still only lost by a touchdown and we're in the game. So cut down the turnovers. Let's see how it goes as well too. We mention this every time we talk about the Chargers. Can they stop the run? And let's see what
Right.
Allaire, let's see what Williams can bring to the table as well. I think
Right.
Allaire's prime for a big game. He's been looking good. He's a very shifty back. And Williams, he's been playing like a receiver, catching out the backfield and been a really good power back.
I'm
And my number
telling you.
three thing as well, which is another thing a lot of people aren't focused on, is this flu bug, the COVID bug. So right now, It's not
That's
initial who we know are missing, but right now the Chiefs have two players in Chris Jones, a huge piece if he doesn't play, and then Josh Gordon as well. He's on the COVID, which he got his first touchdown last week, so he was getting into the Chiefs offense. I don't know if that's a big factor or not, but we'll see how moving forward. And then the Chargers have Rashawn Slater. Let's hope that that's the end of this COVID thing. But man, I don't know. It's been hitting strong this week, and you definitely don't want to mess with a game like this. A huge playoff game implications are on the rise. Like division is on the line. I think it's huge. But my main thing I'm watching, because a lot of people are still talking down on it, is this Chiefs defense. They say, who did they go against in this span? Like, yeah, they're holding teams, but they played the Packers without Rodgers. They played the Cowboys without Cooper. They played the football team. They played the Raiders twice and the Broncos. You would say they're not high scoring offenses. I would love the Chiefs to come out and hold the Chargers to 9 points, single digits, and just shut down. Hey, we are a legit defense, because the Chargers, you could say what you want. They are a respectable offense. They are one of the top 10, if not top five offenses in the league. And if the Chiefs put a statement in this game, the
mhm.
league might want to be on notice and stop questioning who the Chiefs are.
True, true. I forgot about Slater. That's
Mm,
huge. Mainly if Jones is gone, Ingram's on the replacement for Slater.
mhm.
How does that work out? Something
Well,
to
it would
look
be
for.
Frank Clark. Frank Clark is on his, which is not even a better option. So, like, Clark
Exactly.
will have a field day. Yeah.
But I think Ingram's gonna be like picking who he wants, like JJ Watt used to. He's just tell
Oh
his
yeah,
coach like,
they'll
"Nah, I'm gonna just keep raping him right there. I'm gonna keep raping him."
Yeah, they know this is like, I'm guaranteed Ingram right after the Raider game went into Coach Reed's office, and Reed's gonna let him do whatever, because if you guys don't recall the offseason, like, let's like backtrack. Like, Melvin Ingram, it was injury prone last year, but he played almost every game, but he didn't have no sacks. So Chargers are like, oh, he's washed, he's gonna be 30, he ain't nothing no more. And they didn't even offer him a contract. They just let him hit. And I think he gonna take that personally. So I think Coach Reed, Spagnuolo gonna be like, you blitz wherever you want. You find your way to
Watch,
Herbert. You find your
watch how
way
this
to
works.
Austin Eckler.
Yeah, Spags is gonna let him have his field day because it definitely is setting up that way. Just need Jones not to play. So Jones is not going to play. Slater's not going to play. Those are two huge
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah,
Huge.
huge. Um, what is one underrated star that you think Chargers fans should look out for in this game that can make a big difference and no one would mention?
No one would mention.
Okay, maybe Chargers fans know, so you can give him his respects, but put him
Yeah,
on
we
league wide
would.
notice.
Like for as much attention as Austin Eckler gets, I don't feel that he does, and I think
Yeah.
it's mainly due to like numbers. Like he doesn't jump off the page number wise, but he's extremely versatile, and he comes in the clutch. He comes in big game James type. Like when we
Mhm,
need him most, that's when he balls out. I'm looking for Austin Eckler to
mhm.
show up and show out.
I like it. It's a huge matchup for me. We talked about Melvin Ingram a lot, so I'm gonna take off of that because I expect him to ball out. But I expect this guy to, like, he's playing with a heavy heart. Yeah, I think he's gonna dedicate this game. The whole Chiefs defense dedicated the game against the Raiders to him because they knew what he was going through. But L'Jarius Sneed, he's already up and coming star as it is. He had an unfortunate tragedy that he lost his brother. Heavy
Mhm.
hearts to him, but I don't know, these type of games where these players take the field and they dedicate it to somebody. He is already a hard physical hitting safety. Something tells me that he's either going to get a fumble. I'm gonna bet he gonna be in the end zone this weekend. Something tells me
Oh,
he gonna.
defensive touchdown
Yeah, he's
in
gonna
some way,
be in the
shape, or
end
form.
zone this weekend.
Okay.
Something's telling me that, and he's gonna make himself a name, and I think he's gonna show out in this game. But before we close any of this out, it's that time.
Mhm.
I know you're going with the Chargers. What type of game you think it's gonna be, score wise?
What score wise?
Yeah,
Ooh,
I
this
want your
is not
prediction.
gonna. I don't think either team gets to 30 this time, but I'm leaning for a 27-24 Chargers.
I like it. I was kind of thinking the same route as you, but a little
If
differently.
we lose, it's by 10 points.
and that's what I was thinking too.
It's bud
I'm
time.
gonna give you guys more respect because you guys are a better offense than the ones we have been playing and what everyone has been saying. But I
Mhm.
do think this defense is still gonna show up, and I think it's gonna be KC 28-17.
Okay,
And I
okay.
I think I think this defense is gonna be the main factor. I think the offense, Casey's offense is always known for starting off hot, and then defenses tend to balance it out. I think this is gonna be a good defensive battle game, even though I'm giving KC 28. Remember, I Mahomes usually scores on the first possession, so that's a touchdown. I said L'Jarius Sneed is gonna get a touchdown. That's 14, and then I think the running game's what's gonna take it over, and I think Williams and LA is gonna get in the end zone.
Okay, so you're not thinking it's gonna be Mahomes magic.
Nah, I don't think it's kind of unfortunate. So you want to know what's crazy?
Mhm.
Mahomes is having a really good year. If he throws for over 200 yards this game, he'll have over 4,000 yards. If he throws for 3 touchdowns, he'll have 30 touchdowns. He'll be at 30 touchdowns and 11 interceptions for any quarterback. And we still got 3 games to go. That's an amazing year. And we are all like, what's happened to Mahomes? What, like, he's not the same. And that's kind of hard on him, but he's thrown for 50 touchdowns. He's thrown for 40 touchdowns. And he's still having a great year. It's just it's not Mahomes. So I don't know if we'll see
Mhm.
Mahomes magic compared to the media standard, but he'll play a good game.
No, no, no. This might not be Mahomes magic, but this is gonna be my homeboy where he's showing out. But it ain't like no craziness. It's still gonna get the job done. I
I'll
got
tell
that
you what
feeling.
though, if he does it again, because y'all have a really good secondary and a good pass rush as well. If he does it, like that's why I don't. He does it against the Raiders, but again, it's like he has the Raiders number, and the Raiders are kind of stupid because and the Chargers and everyone else has gotten into the formula too with the two high safeties, and then someone said which matches it perfectly. It's like they gave the Raiders the answer to the test, and they're like, "Fuck it, we'll still do what we want to do." The Raiders still play with one safety, but with that, you guys, we will close this off. We will probably
Mhm.
check back with it in, but what Friday? You want to do this Friday?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's
Yeah,
gonna be a
yeah,
react. It's gonna be
yeah.
a
We will
reaction right
definitely,
after the game.
yeah,
Friday, we gonna run it back.
we will definitely do this. And to make it all better, I hope we do it again playoff time. I know it'll make things worse because that means someone's season is over. The season still lives for now. We both are probably in the playoffs, but like I said, please do subscribe to the channel, like this video, and we are checking out.
Pleasure.
And we will see you after the game. Peace.
Deuces.